Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle here from Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midland, Texas, and I'm so excited to share with you the beautiful cards we're going to be making today using the Shepherd's Care stamp set from the holiday catalog. Before we get started, I want to show you a few cards that I got in the mail and talk about what's going on in the Tuttle Up Stampin' Up world right now. And then we will get started doing some stamping together. So, the first thing I need to talk to you about is that there are new online exclusives that will be launching tomorrow for everyone. So cute. Those otters are what's highlighted there in that banner. But I have a whole stack of cards over here that I got through a swap that I participated in. And I would love to show you guys all of these cards just really quickly. So we have a new Valentine set that's coming out, an online exclusive. And these are some of the cards. You could use them for birthdays as well. Look at this gold and the embossed detail on some of those dies. So pretty. Look at that one. We get the gold twine in that. We get this beautiful kind of marbly designer series paper that has gold kind of woven through it. We have some cute new prints. How cute is this one? I love that one. And here's another one that I received, all using that new Valentine online exclusive set that is called, let me grab it real quick, Hearts of Elegance. Here, let me pull this over here for us. Hearts of Elegance. And not only do you get that beautiful paper, this beautiful gold twine right here, but the stamp set is super fun. You can see that I used it for my swaps as well. I should, make an extra when I do my swaps for myself so I can show them to you. But super fun stamp set. These dies, lots of hearts, but lots of texture and interest in those hearts as well. So that also comes with some gold heart fun things. Those are going to sell out fast, I think. I don't know how you guys feel about Valentine's Day, but I like telling people I love them. So that is a new online exclusive set that is coming out tomorrow. Another one is the Otterly Amazing Suite, and it comes with some fun otters, otter sentiments. Let's open this one up real quick. So I got quite a few otter cards. That one's cute. This one has the otter kind of swimming in the water there. That's super cute. And it's interesting to me that not very many of them used the stamped otter images because the dies actually cut out the otters in the designer series paper. So this is going to be a very popular set. Isn't that a cute design? And you're utterly amazing. Super cute. I love that. And so those are all. Let's see what this one does. I have a feeling this one's going to do something kind of fancy. Maybe not. You're utterly amazing. Oh, that's cute. Kathy Seal designed that one. So some cute otter cards. That is going to be a very popular suite. I think we have this hibiscus suite that not only has the stamps, but it also has a hybrid embossing folder. Thanks, Jean. I do too. Hi, Jean. I love that you're here. Thanks for joining me. When you come on, let me know you're here so that I can chat with you. Here's another hibiscus, and you can see that this one, they die cut and emboss that hibiscus in it, so that's cute. I thought this one was beautiful. It has that beautiful basic beige background that I wasn't sure I would love, but I've grown to love. Thanks for being so kind. Here's another one. Again, this is embossed and stamped, which makes it really fun. And then we have a set called Cake Celebrations, where you can build birthday cakes and Lots of different options for that. So I thought this was it's called a flip flop fold gift card holder. Let's see what it does when I open it up. Ooh. Ooh, that is so cute. Look at that. I'm going to have to find out how to do this one, right? So flip, flop, fold, and it has a little pocket here for a gift card. I think that's super adorable. So I think the cake celebrations is going to be cute. We go together like milk and cookies. That's super fun. We have an umbrella set. You are the umbrella to my rainy days. Don't you love that? Lots of different umbrella images, just the plain umbrellas and boots. Super cute set. And then this one is called a Wedding Wishes, I think. And it has this cute card. Isn't that cute, with lots of different things that you can have coming off the card to celebrate a wedding or other events. So there you go. Those are my online exclusive swaps. The online exclusives go live to customers tomorrow. So let me move back to my face here. Okay, the next thing that you need to know that is going on is that my Christmas Wishes Bingo Night is coming up on November 16th. Thank you, Jeanne, for joining us. I'm so excited you're going to be with us again. You will get a kit and a make and take packet that uses the stamps inside the Christmas Wishes kit, and you will make five, here I am, additional cards using the stamps that are in that kit. And the fun thing about it is that we play bingo, and I give away gift certificates so that you can buy anything you want in my online store after bingo is over. You get the gifts. So let's say you win $50. I give you $50 plus the shipping that you would have had to pay on $50, and then you pay whatever difference for tax and all. Mary's here. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. Okay, next, my next craft along is going to be so much fun. It is a jumbo tags class. Me and Monica Gibberty and Jeannie Nelson have all designed for you 9 jumbo tags. This class is going to be fun. I'm going to take this little banner off and show you some of the ones that we have designed. But I'm going to tell you what you're going to get in this craft along, okay? You are going to get a full package of the Little Bit of Festive Designer Series paper and ephemera pack. So this not only has Designer Series paper in it, I thought I was showing it to you. It has designers, but it has all these die cut elements that we used on our tags that are super fun. And we're also using a stamp and die set that you can add on with it, okay? You're going to get a full pack of the paper. You're going to get a full roll of the red and gold ribbon. You're going to get a half of a package of the rhinestones. You're going to get a roll of the new gold twine that's coming out with that heartfelt Hearts of Elegance, that Hearts of Elegance suite. They have this new gold twine. You're going to get a whole roll of that and enough product to make 9 jumbo cards. Okay, so I'm just tags. I'm just going to show you a few of mine. Here's one. It says Be Merry on the back. These are really cute, hanging from a gift or attached to a big gift. Isn't this Peace on Earth one? This is one that Jeannie designed. That's super fun. Here's another one that I designed. And I'm going to show you this because this is what I used a lot of my tags for last year, is to hang off a gift of a wine bottle that you take to a host or hostess's house. And isn't this one cute with the sugar plums and the gingerbread men? And here's the back of that tag. How cute is that? But anyway, these are just a small sample. You're going to have 9 tags in this craft along. The craft along is going to be on November 22nd. It's a Tuesday because I'll be traveling on that Monday before that. But I'm so excited for you to craft along and have all these jumbo tags ready to go for your gift giving in December. So I will put the link to all of these things, to bingo night, to craft along, all up in the description after this video is over, okay? One last thing is that my last Christmas card, mega Christmas card class, you guys, Thanksgiving and travels have interrupted my November, but I want to do my last mega Christmas card class. So it's going to be on December the 14th, and I'm going to use this fun decorative trees bundle. And of course, you'll get everything you need to make 8 Christmas cards. And December the 14th, I bet you won't have all your Christmas cards out yet. So I'll put a link to that in the description as well. Okay, now, boop, who wants to see some crafting with our Shepherd's Care stamp set from the holiday catalog? I do. So let's go. I'm going to move to my hands here. Oh, before that, I want to show you guys this amazing card. I have a downline member named Kay, and she is an expert. Hi, Beverly. She's an expert at these super interactive cards. Like, she just loves them. She loves the engineering of them and the making of them. She sent me this Halloween card, and wait till you see what it does when I open it. So I'm going to open it up. Oh, and look how those elements spin on the inside. Is that not awesome? I don't even know how she did this. I'm looking underneath right now, but it's amazing. So she sent me this for Halloween, and I just loved it. So I'm going to have Kay on maybe as a special guest to teach us how to make these fun cards. Isn't that adorable? And then I got 2 cards from friends in the mail. This is it's grateful it's finally pumpkin season. I love everything pumpkin, so that's fun. And this one says nothing's better than pumpkin season. So some of you guys know me well. And this is from my friend Kathy, who lives here in Midland, who we went to lunch together a couple weeks ago, and she was sending me a card to thank me for that outing, which is super sweet of her. She's a very thoughtful person. Okay, so today we are using the Shepherd's Care stamp set. This was the only faith-based Christmas set that was in the catalog this year, and I wish they'd had more because I love faith-based cards as well as the cutesy Christmas ones as well, but I hadn't had a chance to use this yet, and I wanted to make sure I got it in before the Christmas season is over. Okay, so we're going to make some beautiful cards with that. I am partnering that stamp set with this beautiful Seasons of Elegance paper. This paper has, all different colors. Here, let me open one up here. And I will be using this designer series paper on all of my Shepherd's Care cards, but this paper is stunning. It's also the paper I used for my Seasons of Elegance. So you get this kind of distressed gold DSP with the gold running through it, and it comes in old olive, basic beige, cherry cobbler, and red. Here's some more old olive, and it comes in pretty peacock as well. So beautiful, beautiful, rich, elegant colors, and then the back sides are just not gold, but complementary distressed paper design. So we're going to be using this paper today. Yes, there are some pretty cards made with it. I agree with you, Sue. So I have 2 kind of fun fold cards and 1 super easy to put together card. So let's start with the super easy one here. This is my first card. I love basic beige. I know you guys have heard me. It's got just a hint of that Seasons of Elegance gold paper behind, just enough to give it some glimmer. And then this is the inside of the card. So let's put this together. We're going to use some linen thread for this. We're also using the embellishments that are called earth tone gems because I love this basic beige in here with the shimmer on it. Let's get started. So you're going to start with a card base that is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. Okay, to the top of that, we're going to take another piece of basic beige that's 4 by 5 1/4, and I have embossed it with the Distress Tile embossing folder. So I'm going to adhere these to each other. And when I adhere an embossed panel to a card front, I always put the glue on the card front because the embossing breaks up the fibers in the paper, and sometimes it tears when you're using the Seal or the Seal Plus. Okay, so I've got that basic beige DSP, and I have one piece that is 2 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and one piece, it says a half, I think it might be 3/4. Yeah, this is 3/4 by 4. Okay, so I'm going to take this panel and I'm just going to adhere it across the front of our card here. Okay, there we go. Is it hanging over a little bit? It is. So when that happens, which happens kind of often, I just take my paper snips and just trim off that excess edge there. So last weekend, I went with a friend to another demonstrators weekend retreat. It was so fun. Her name is Amy Story. And if you guys watched any of my breast cancer fundraiser videos, Amy was one of the ladies I interviewed. She found out that she had breast cancer about a year ago, and she continues to have treatments now. Brave woman, one of the bravest people I've ever met. And she put on a weekend retreat at her house for about 20 people. And I just really wanted to go and support her because I know that this journey is a hard one, the breast cancer journey. So I went with a friend from Midland, and we just had a delightful time. So I'm going to take the Shepjherd, and I inked him up in crumb cake ink. And this is a what do I want to say? A window banner that was cut from the Garden Wishes die set right here. So it's this arch, and I cut it out of basic white, and I'm going to stamp my Shepjherd right here, kind of to the side. And I love this stamp set because look at the shading that it adds in that. It just adds a lot of detail. Hello, Linda. Yes, thanks, Sue. All of these cards are going to be very pretty. This is definitely the simplest of them, but not that the other two are hard at all. So I'm going to take this one, and I am going to add some dimensionals here to the back. And you guys know me. I like to save my dimensionals here, the edges. So I had a lady tell me this weekend at Amy's retreat that she doesn't like to use the edges. And I was like, what? I like to use those edges. I like to use every single little bit of my dimensionals because I go through them like water for sure. Okay, so I'm going to add this right here to that. Might be able to come down a little bit. There we go, right like that. Okay, then I have a banner cut from the Stitched Shapes dies, and I'm taking the phrase that says he heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds. So I'm going to stamp that right here on this label. Could have gone up a little bit higher, but it all fit. And then I'm going to take my mini cutter, and I know people don't like when I use this because it's no longer available, and that makes them sad, but I'm just going to cut off a very close edge to the he there. Before I put this on, I'm going to grab my linen thread, which I know I just pulled out over here. Let's see. Here it is. Knew it was hiding somewhere. And I'm going to take my linen thread and unknot it because it's in a big ball here. I ran out of linen thread. I just bought a bunch more because it was on low inventory. In case you're running out of linen thread, let me warn you, it's on low inventory right now. So I ran out and I thought I better buy some right away. So, okay, so there we go. I just did loops around my fingers and I'm just gonna hold this in the middle. You guys know how to do this, and do a faux bow by just twisting it in the inside. And I'm going to grab a piece of tear and tape. And hold that down right here with a piece of tear and tape. So I just want it right on the edge of that arch with the shepherd in it. It's just going to hang right there. Okay, then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to pop it up right here over that linen thread and right on the edge there. Now, I don't want a dimensional on this side because I want it to lay flat right there. I only need a dimensional over here on this side. So I'm going to grab my, I'm going to shut that real quick, my pieces of dimensionals here. I'm going to put a dimensional right here on this edge. And then on this edge, the straight edge, I'm going to put just some flat glue. That way, the levels will be even. It won't be going cockeyed on us. And I'm going to lay that right there. It's going to be popped up on this side so it's even with this, and it's going to lay flat right there. Okay? And I'm going to grab some of these beautiful shimmer gems, and I love that they came out with some in basic beige because it just adds just a beautiful elegance to this card. Just the right amount of shimmer to add a little bit of bling but not overwhelm it with sparkle, right? So there we go. And now for the inside, I am going to first of all take my brush, my blending brush, and my basic beige. We have not gotten any bad storms here, Sue. We were lucky. It kind of passed us. I heard that some people in the Dallas-Fort Worth area did. Okay, so I'm inking my brush up in basic beige, and I'm circular motion. I'm just adding some sky over here in the corner. There we go. Right there. I'm going to stamp my star right up here in the corner like that. I'm going to add this gold trim piece that is 3/4 of an inch right here on the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to stamp up the words Peace on Earth and stamp it right in the middle right there. Cute, huh? Now all I have to do is adhere this to the inside. And card number 1 will be completed. Do you guys like that one? I love the simplicity of it, the beauty of it. I think it's super fun. Okay, so I'm going to close this up. And this is card number 1. And remember, if you place an order in my online store using these host code that's at the bottom, I'm going to give you product in the mail to make 2 each of these cards. So I hope that you love them, and that might be a class, online class that you want to take from me. This is my full-time job. This is how I make money for me and Jim in my retirement. And any help or support you can give me is definitely greatly appreciated. And something you should know, if you spend more than $50 a month, I send everyone in my customer list who spends more than $50 a 16 project superstar tutorial of a group that I'm a part of, and every month it has a different theme. So last month's was Christmas cards, and they were so pretty. So everyone who spent $50 or more with me last month is going to get the Christmas card tutorial in the mail. So be looking for that. But I do that every month, and I don't know if I've talked about it as much as I should, but I'm talking about it now. So there you go. Okay, here we go. Here's my second card. It has this window looking out. It almost looks like the Shepjherd is overlooking, right? And it opens up and it has the Seine and this little village down here at the bottom. Isn't that fun? This is actually simpler than it looks. So let's get started on this one. We're starting with a piece of old olive that's 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Now my last card is really a new fun fold that I just learned how to make. It's going to look like one I did a couple weeks ago, but it's a little bit different, which is what I love about it. I like to do traditional cards, but every once in a while I like to throw in a fun fold. Okay, so 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4, and we're going to take a piece of that designer series paper in the old olive color that is 4 by 5 1/4, and another piece that's 1/2 by 5 1/4. And the 4 by 5 1/4 one right here, I wonder if I want to turn, I'm going to turn it this way because I know that my window is going to come out here, and gosh, that gold is so pretty, right? I don't want to lose all that gold. So we're going to adhere this right here on the card front, and then I'm going to pull out my dies that are those greetings for all seasons, and I'm using this very largest one right here, and I'm going to attach this with a piece of post-it note paper tape, post-it note tape. I'm going to straighten it out, make sure it's straight on all my sides right there. And I'm going to put the post-it note tape down to hold it in place. I'm going to open it up like this, and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine over here and cut that window out of it. All right. So the fun thing is when it cuts this window out, you get this piece right here that you can use for a tag for a gift or something later on, right? That would also be pretty hanging off a wine bottle or a shampoo, a bubble bath bottle that looks like a wine bottle, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so now I have this really cool window right here that is going to show through. So I'm going to grab my piece of designer series, grab my piece of white for the inside, and I'm going to take that strip that is 1/2 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to add it to the left side of this piece of basic white right here. All right. In the bottom corner right here, I'm going to take that basic beige again. You know what, Sue? I just remembered this morning that I never posted the link to that glue bottle, that fine tip glue bottle, this one that I use often. So I will do that today, I promise. So that you guys can check those out. I pour my Tombow glue into it, and I like that that fine tip makes it easier to glue. So I just put a little bit in that corner right there. I'm going to adhere this to the inside. And it's all going to kind of come together here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to shut my window and I'm going to grab my sentiment, praying that you will feel the Good Shepherd's care this season and throughout the coming year. I love that sentiment. And I'm going to stamp that inside my window here. Right like that. And then in this corner down here, I'm going to stamp my village. And you know what? I'm going to show you something just so you know that this happened to me. And I don't know if this is true of all the basic beige ink pads. I don't know if mine is super juicy, but there's a lot of little fine detail in this little village. And when I stamped it the first time, right here, I felt like, well, that came out cleaner. It felt like it came out really muddy. So then I took that same village and I grabbed my Mossy Meadow right here and I stamped it again in Mossy Meadow. Okay, so there's that little village down in the corner right there. Almost because of that shading, looks like it's sitting on a hill, right? Okay, now I'm going to do something. What am I going to do? I'm going to clean off these ink pads real quick. I have 2 more things to stamp, and then we're good to go with this card. So we're going to stamp that Shepjherd in that basic beige ink. On a scrap of white. This one is about 2.5 by about 4. I'm not sure it needs to be quite that tall, but that's what we're going to use. I'm going to stamp my Shepjherd. There we go. And I am going to add a little bit of beige down here at the bottom. I just thought it looked weird to have white underneath them. And we're going to fussy cut this out. And then the other thing I did, here, let me go ahead and fussy cut him out. It's not very hard to fussy cut out. And you guys know me. I don't mind fussy cutting. Sometimes it's just as easy to fussy cut as it is to get the die out and get it straight and get it on the element, right? So here we go, a little lamb. I think I'd like to have a pet lamb. Have any of you ever had a pet lamb? I feel like they're so sweet, but maybe they get ornery and mean and messy as they get older. Okay, here we go. I'm going to continue fussy cutting around him. I can hear my husband in there making his protein shake for lunch. Okay, and now I'm just kind of going around the curves of that. And this is going to go right here on this side, right here. And you can arrange it so it's anywhere you want, but you want to make sure you're not covering up all of your sentiment there. So it looks like I'm going to put it about right there. So I want to put just a tiny bit, and I'm going to use these edges. This is going to be perfect for this at the bottom, this skinnier edge. And then I only want dimensionals on this far side of him because I don't want it to attach in the inside of my window. I want to make sure he's just right on the edge, right like that. Okay, so are you talking about your paper cutter, Sue? Okay, so there we go. The last thing I did was take that same scrap of basic white, and again, wait, let's do something first. I'm going to take Versamark ink, and I'm going to stamp a star in Versamark. Versamark is just a clear, sticky ink that allows the powder from the embossing powder to stick to it. So we're going to emboss it. Chase the cars down the road barking like a dog. Oh, that's so funny, Sue. That is cute. Pigs. I've never had any kind of farm animal in my life. There we go. So I'm putting gold embossing powder on it. I had a friend growing up that had a pet monkey, and it was really mean. I wasn't a fan of her pet monkey. He would hiss at you. And so then you're going to take your heat gun and heat that up and form a gold star. So when you use the embossing gun, you can tell, you can see it turn from a dull color to a shiny color. Can you guys see that happening? There we go. Now, I'm not sure, let me turn this off here. I'm not sure you have to do what I'm going to do next, but I worried about the white, so much white showing around the edge of the star. So I took, again, that basic beige, and I colored this up using just right over it so that the edges would not be so stark white, that they would be a little creamier, okay? Then I fussy cut that out with my scissors, and you will get a shimmering star like this one, okay? Now this is just gonna sit right here in the corner like the shepherd is looking over the village and to the star. But I'm gonna put a dimensional on the back side of this to pop it up a little bit. Yeah, she had it in a cage in her living room. It was really bizarre. I thought it was really bizarre because I'd never seen anyone have a monkey before. All right, so there's our star up there in the corner. And then all I did for that star is I took our embellishments that are called blooming pearls. These are ones that I forgot about that are actually still available, and I'm going to add one of these blooming pearls just right there to the inside of my star, just to give it a little extra shimmer. So this is card number 2, praying that you will feel the good shepherd's care this season throughout the year, and then it opens up like that. Do you guys like that one? I like the little window. I don't know if I've ever done anything like that before. So my friend Michelle Salchow gave me the idea, and I loved it. It's super pretty. Okay, so one more card to go. That's card number 2. Let me clean off all my inks here. Make sure that I have everything ready to go for my last card. I'm not actually even using the shepherd image on my last card. But it's a neat fun fold that I think you're going to enjoy. Okay, so here is, let me put this away over here. I'll show all of the cards at the very end. Thank you, Becky. I like it too. I'm glad you guys like it. You guys are always so encouraging. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of my live. I really appreciate that. Let me get some things out of my way here. I feel like I'm got too much going on. All right. Pretty sure I'm going to need my pretty peacock and my basic beige again. Maybe that's scrap. Okay, so here we go. My last card is a fun fold, and I just saw it posted in Split Coast Stampers. So this is how the front looks, and then it opens up, and you can set it up like that. It's so pretty. All the gold and the shimmer with the Prince of Peace, Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. So this one actually doesn't use the Shepjherd, but it's a super fun card. Thank you. Okay, so we're starting off with a piece of pretty peacock that's cut 5.5 by 8.5, which is a pretty standard, but we're going to score it at 1.5 and 4 1/4. So scored at 1.5 and 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to fold it in half like I would any other card, but then I'm going to fold that 1.5 inch score line back to the front like that. So that's going to create the opening right here. Then I have some DSP panels here. I have one that's 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. It is this piece right here, and it's the opposite side of that pretty peacock gold paper. I have another panel that's 2.5 by 5 1/4, and I have a panel that's 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so the 4 by 5 1/4 we'll put on first, and it's going to go on to this inside part right here. Maybe I want to put that gold at the bottom. There we go. I have my 2.5 by 5 1/4, and it's going to go right here on the inside underneath that front little flap. Okay, right here. And then I have that piece that is 1 1/4 by 5, and I'm going to use the opposite side of that. I'm going to use the non-shimmer side. And you don't have to. I just felt like it gave it a little, I don't know, difference maybe between the DSPs. So there we go. So that is basically our card base, okay? Next, you are going to need a card base. This has got a little something on it, but it's all going to get covered up, I'm pretty sure. 9 by 4 inches, and you're going to score it at 3 inches, 5.5 inches, and 8 inches. 3 inches, 5.5, and 8, okay? Now, this piece is going to get folded under. This piece is going to get folded this way and then this way. Let me get this all lined up pretty well here along the score line, and then I'm just going to run my bone folder down over those creases and get it creased really well, right like that. Okay, so 3 pieces of designer series paper. One of them is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and it's going to go right here on the front. Right, like that. I've got one that is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. It's going to go in the next panel, right here. And this is the Regal Distressed Paper. It's actually part of the Regal Winter Suite that I used a few weeks ago on my online class to go. I'm looking for my sand eraser because I just realized that that little section right there, it got something on it, and I'll have to erase it off later because I can't put my hand on it. So darn it, right there. I don't like that that's there, but I promise you, when I find my sand eraser, I'll end up sanding that off. So, or maybe it won't look so bad once I stamp the sentiment. Okay, so right like that. I'm going to stamp my sentiment in here. It bugs me that I can't find that sand eraser, but you know, when you need it on a jiffy, you can't find it. But anyway, we're going to stamp Praying That the Shepherds Care, the same stamp I used on the last one, in Pretty Peacock ink. Right here inside this window right there. Doesn't look so bad now that the sentiment's in that. Okay, and now I need to glue this to the inside of my card. So what I need to do is decide where it's going to be centered here on my card base. So that looks about right. Do you guys agree? Maybe a little bit up, right like that. I'm going to open this flap, and I'm going to put seal just right on that front little skinny flap, right in between where my white piece will go, because I only wanted to adhere it to that front flap right there. Okay, so now I'm going to press that down, push really hard, and it's going to go like that. Okay, so now I've got to adhere this tiny little strip right here just to this card base right here. So I'm going to put Seal Plus right here. And I would definitely say use a stronger adhesive than what you usually would use. I would say, well, liquid glue would be fine as well. And then I'm just going to now fold this back flap over onto that and press. And that's how it's going to open. That's how it's going to sit, okay? Now, I've got a piece of gold. I have a label here, and I should have a Lost Lagoon circle. Let me grab that real quick. Maybe I left it over here on my cutting table. I've got Lost Lagoon paper and my 2 1/4 inch circle, and I'm going to stamp this Prince of Peace, Mighty God, Everlasting Father in Pretty Peacock ink on my Lost Lagoon cardstock, like that. Then I'm going to grab my 2 1/4 inch Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. I love it too. I think it's super pretty. And I'm going to punch out that sentiment with my 2 1/4 inch circle punch here. Okay. It is going to go flat against this gold foil spotlight circle. It's the one with the dashes around the edges, and it's 2 3/4 inch in diameter. And I'm going to adhere it directly to that gold circle. Right there. Then I have this stitched label from the Stylish Shapes, and I'm going back to that same circle, and we're going to do a little masking and stamping. Okay, so I'm going to clean this off really well, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these sticky notes, and I am going to just mask off everything but where it says Prince of Peace right here. And I'm going to do my marker straight to my stamp. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. Some of you are newer. You might not have seen anybody do this. But I'm just going to take the brush tip of my marker and I'm going to ink up the words Prince of Peace. And I like to go right and left like that. And then I like to go up and down as well. That kind of, sometimes if you just go one direction, it tends to have some streaks in it, and I don't like that. Okay, so there we go. You're going to pull these pieces off. You're going to huff just to add some moisture, and let's see how perfectly I can get this Prince of Peace inside that banner. What are you guys thinking? Would you bet on me? I got a little bit of the edge. But we're going to pretend like that didn't happen. I would probably, here, let's do it again. I'm going to do it the opposite way this time. I'm going to stamp first and I'm just going to ink up the Prince of Peace part. That's all I want. I guess I don't really have to mask it if I'm using my brush, but I think that's what happened. I think it caught the edge there of one of those words. And it's really not that hard. I'm just making it look a lot harder than it is. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm going to ink up just the Prince of Peace. I'm going to go both ways with my marker here. First right and left, and then up and down. There we go. Stamp it. There we go. And then I'm going to grab my stitched Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm going to die cut that out. Before I die cut this out, I'm going to use my tear and tape. I say tear and tape, I mean Post-it note tape, to kind of hold it in place. And I'm actually going to pop this up right over the Prince of Peace on my circle right there. So it's going to be super fun. So I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals, maybe 3. I tend to over dimensionalize, but I am not apologetic for it. So out of the online exclusives that I showed you, which was your favorite? I do really love the heart set. I think it's going to be beautiful for Valentine cards. Okay, I'm going to place that right there. Okay, isn't that pretty? Now this is going to get put right here on the front. But before I lay that down, I'm going to grab my ribbon. That is the Regal, Gold Regal ribbon. This is part of that Regal Winter suite as well. And I'm going to do a bigger faux bow, like whoop, whoop. And it's going to go kind of catty corner across the front of this panel. So here's my faux bow. And I'm going to attach it right here, kind of catty corner on the front of that panel with a piece of tear and tape. There we go. This is going to get popped up right on top of that. Do you guys like this? I think it's super pretty. Super pretty. I'm going to put one right here and right here, and then one in the middle to kind of hold that ribbon down. I'm doing it on the catty corners here that are actually going to touch the paper. So pretty. And then I'm going to take these blooming pearls again, and I'm going to add a couple of them up here in this corner. and one of them down here in the bottom left corner. So that is card number 3. On my original one, I used the pretty peacock pearls. I think they're both pretty, whatever you prefer. And it opens up like this. And you know me, I love cards that can sit on somebody's mantle. Do you guys like that element? So let me pull them all out here. I'm going to pull them all out. Let you look at each of the 3 cards one last time. That was card number 3. This was card number 2. And I think really that Season of Elegance paper is what really makes these cards stunning. So you can get a kit to make all 6 of these cards. You will get the ribbon needed, the embellishments needed, everything for any $40 order in my online store. And if you spend more than $60, I'm going to throw in a package of embellishments, these embellishments, either this or this. But I hope you guys love this. I will get them in the mail this week. If you place your order by Saturday, I'll remind you as the week goes along. And I hope you love them as much as I do. If you love them, send me some hearts, some love, some thumbs up. Share my video out to your friends. That is always helpful. I would love to have you guys join Sue and Jeanne at my bingo night on November 16th. I'll put the link to that up in the description. I will also put the link to my Jumbo Tags Craft-A-Long class. That's going to be at my November Craft-A-Long. And thank you so much, you guys. I love them as well. And I knew I couldn't let the Christmas season end without using this beautiful Shepherd's Care stamp set. The number on that is 164300. 164300. And the Seasons of Elegance paper is number 164144. I don't have Chelsea today to help me with all those numbers. So she had an appointment with her son. So anyway, God bless everybody. Thank you so much. Consider coming to bingo. Consider doing my craft along with the jumbo tags, and my next mega and last mega Christmas card class of the year is going to be the decorative trees, and it will be on December 14th. You can come in person or take it to go. So God bless. We will see you guys later this week on Thursday for my Tuttle Thursday tip. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.